there's a special interest that you two share that you turned me on to, and I am curious, probably at a high level, what first caught your attention with the Ulbricht and Silk Road situation?
Man, it was the story. Well, I know you must have read this, Lucas. The story in Wired.
Yep.
Wired.com. That was the first thing I read that got me into it. And there were so many tentacles to that story. And I would talk about it on the air some, and neither of the other guys on the show were the least bit interested in it.
They were not.
I can see that.
I couldn't have been more disappointed by that. But there was one guy up there who was interested in it.
Is Gordon?
And that was Jake.
Jake, okay.
So if I were going to get my Ross Ulbricht rocks off, I was going to have to do it with him.
Mm-hmm.
And we did, but it was mainly that Wired story that did it for me. And there was just so much about that story. The fact that the guy got away with this for so long, the fact that it was really nothing more than the free market in action. Now it was illegal as hell, but still the free market's the free market. It was working the way the free market's supposed to work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really, really interesting to me that this guy had found a way to make the free market work like it was supposed to, but to do it by delivering anything you would want, legal or not.
Do you want to summarize that from a high level of?
Yes. Long story short, Ross Ulbricht, a.k.a. the Dread Pirate Roberts, created a free market on the dark web known as the Silk Road. And when the government finally shut it down, they charged him in his mid-20s with a crime that is not technically on the books. And his sentence was two life sentences plus 40 years for something that the NSA has charged him with that is unable to be appealed because it does not appear anywhere in the books, but some kind of trumped up web security thing wherein he created and facilitated a way for people to move, as Mike said, absolutely anything they wanted to, from Pokemon cards to narcotics to sex trafficking and everything in between. And it was all based on the non-aggression principle. As long as it didn't harm anyone in order to do it, then it was supposed to be allowed to happen. And this was a story you followed for at least a couple of years, I think, as the trial was happening.
Yeah,
and unfolding.
Anything that I could find out there on it, I read. And I didn't do that much on the air with it because, like I say, nobody else was into it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as being into the story myself, I was into that story like I.
Well, I am too now. Ever since he told me about it, I went to do some research, and it's very fascinating.
It's incredible.
That it
Have
went
you read
on
the Wired
so.
story yet?
What's that?
Have you read the Wired story?
No, I have not. I watched some YouTube videos on it that were covering it, but I
Read
will.
Read the Wired. You need to read the Wired story.
Okay. But yeah, he's so young too. That's the other part.
Because he's our age.
He wrote this algorithm to, when he was in his late teens, is what it sounds like. I mean, very fascinating. More to come with that. I wanted to get your quick take on, what captured your attention.